All right, we back again. Episode 4 with it. Important too. Can't loaf on this. Too important. Could care less how this gets out, it's getting out. Something that must be realized. We really got to take this one in. I got to take this one in. We're not from here for real. We're not from here. Very, very clear. We're only here for a short amount of time. It might feel like a long time now, but in the grand scheme of eternity, God knows where we were before this, and God knows where we're going after this. But it's going to be a longer time we're going to be in that place than we are here. But while we're here, understand pride has you lost. You're not the one in control. It's either you play on the visiting team or you switch to the home team. But understand that there's bigger powers at work. While we're here on earth, it's said, bro, this is like biblical, I swear to you, that the devil has free reign to play with you. He can't just outright kill you for real, but he can afflict you in any way possible. Now, how does this work? Well, if we think about real life and basketball, 2K or NBA, whatever, when you go to the next side's team, when you're in their home court, first of all, the area is just different. Like, even going to the arena, you don't feel at home, period. But not only that, when you're inside, the crowd can manipulate your emotions so much. Whereas they're always going to big up the other team. And most of the time, they're going to put you down. Always put you down. And if you do something good, they're going to go quiet. They won't big you up. They'll just go quiet. But as soon as you do something bad, they're screaming. Screaming. You could just have a free throw, easy bucket. And it could feel like hell. It could feel like the hardest thing in the world because of the pressure and the gravity that they place on you. So think about that. Think about you could be winning and feel like you're losing. Doesn't mean you're losing. You could be up 10 and you could feel like you're down 30 the way that everything around you is happening. Hard to hear your coach because of all the noise. You have to understand that he doesn't want you to win. Whatever it is that's stopping you. So you could be going on your path. You could be way, way ahead and still feel like you're at step one. It's meant to be that way. You're programmed to be that way. We're programmed to bring each other down. We're programmed to be so reactionary. You see all these reaction channels. Reactionary literally means against progress and reform. When we do something and we mess up, we're, damn it, forget this, and you're going off or something that doesn't even matter. We've all had instances of spilling something or dropping something or something little happens and we just lash out or we just act a fool because there's more going on. But point in case is we're built to bring ourselves down. And you have to understand that isn't your fault. There's more things at work that we're not seeing. There's more players here that we need to be privy of. We're not always going to feel good. We almost never will feel good. And when we do, it's short-lived. Because we like to have pride in ourselves. We like to feel proud. Like, come on now, we get a victory, a win. We like to feel triumphant. We like to jump up and down and get happy, happy, happy. A lot of people's goal in life is based off feeling. Multiple women, that's a feeling you want. You want a constant feeling that you get in that temporary satisfaction, that temporary gratification. But every time you go up, every time you express so much feeling and your energy goes higher, higher, and higher, that's stronger and stronger and stronger the connection is for him to play with you, for him to bring you down. And then he's just juggling you. You get all prideful, you get all proud, you get all happy about yourself. And then he brings you down into a place you don't want to be. And because you're down here, you start getting all anxious, getting all nervous, being down in your feelings, depressed, doubting, sad, stressed. Nothing's happening, nothing's working. I'm not going anywhere in life. What am I even doing? And you don't want to feel like this. So what do? Your compulsions, your weed, your porn, whatever it is. You want to stop this. I want to go high again. You want to go high. High? Oh, you want to know what happens when you go high? Stronger the connection. Pulls you right down, just juggling you over and over and over again. That's the advantage of home court. There's a reason why these guys in the clutch are called cold-blooded, heartless. I'm just talking biblical. These people are cruel. We can look at any type of form of fiction, anything where we always know those characters that don't talk much. You know what I'm saying? Anime, Mihawk, Shanks, like cartoons, Magneto, Professor X, like telling you, even on NBA when Kawhi was in his prime, like, and even biblical. These people don't do the long talking. No long talking is going on. Because they understand that the more you get into your feelings, the more you're able to be manipulated. People manipulate you through feelings. Promise you. Me and my cousin were talking about. Everyone's always like, we're a family here. At work, church. When I moved out for a bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, my landlord was like, oh, we're just treated like a family. We're a family here. And I could just tell from someone's vibe, someone's energy. Someone could be talking to you like they're your best friend, but the energy, the vibe that you're getting from them is so hostile. It's crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. And you know at work how the way they treat you. But we're family. But they treat you like absolute trash. But they want that feeling. They want you to let your guard down, give that connection. The more and more you feel for them and you quote unquote love them. Promise you, if you want to curse someone, the way people can afflict you the most, the way people can do all sorts of manipulation to your mind is through love. Love is one of, if not the strongest feeling you can have for someone. That's another topic. Feeling is how you control. So when you're going on your path, whatever you're doing in your life, learn to let go. Learn to move like you know what's happening. It doesn't matter how bad the situation looks. This is actually what I love most about David in the Bible. David is the hardest one. And Paul too. But a lot of times, you'll see David and his situation looks so grim. Or if you were in his shoes, you would just feel like this is the end of the world. This is the worst thing ever. But all throughout that time, David was getting closer and closer to God. Like, when he would have to go back into the caves, into the forest, and people even thought like, oh, David's losing now. Like, God doesn't love him no more. David's losing. We're winning because we got the palace. We got the kingdom. It's like, nah, bro. He's still far above you. He's still on it. Like, he's still David. David wasn't safe. David wasn't blessed because he was in the palace, because he was in the kingdom. The kingdom was blessed because David was here. It's inside. The progress you're looking for, the strength, the wisdom, the speed, everything you need to succeed, the love you're looking for is inside. It's not out there. It's not in the friends, the woman, the drugs. The love you're looking for is inside. Your purpose is inside. It doesn't matter what your situation looks like. So don't get so attached to what the naked eye can see. Don't get so attached to a feeling. I want to feel a certain way so I know that I'm doing right. Know that you're doing right regardless of the feeling. Think about it like this. Where life is a huge pile of dirt, coal, whatever. Huge pile. And throughout life, we're just shoveling. Sometimes we stop. Sometimes we take breaks. Sometimes we ask for help. Sometimes we're going overtime or we're working super hard. We're shoveling. But when we do a whole bunch, we might feel good about ourselves. Shoveling, lowering the pile. But every time you think to check your progress, you're always going to see coal, dirt in the shovel. You'll always have something that you have to do, a challenge, an affliction, a problem, a burden, fear, doubt. This will always be prevalent in your life. You think, oh, when I get to a certain point, that it'll be easier. I'll have less onslaught in my mind. I'll have less fighting to do. It's like, no, it even gets worse. There was a book I read where it's like, on the come up, you gotta keep your mind focused. You gotta be right. But the real battle is when you reach the top. Maintaining that is going to feel like hell because you're going to be scared to drop, and the drop's coming. But one of the best tropes in movies is characters. If you ever watch Gladiator, you know what I'm talking about. Is characters where, or even Tower of God does this. I can't think right now, but it's when the character goes high, reaches a pinnacle, a peak, and then drops down all the way to level 1, all the way to the commoners, all the way down. Like they were just there, and then they just fall. Now they're with people who are at level 1, but they're turned though. So you see now they're going to show you what it means to bring yourself back up, to reach that stage. They're going to show you how to beat all these different levels. Because they've already done it. They're not actually here. Their mindset is at the top. Doesn't matter where they are. They know what to do. They're not tripping over being at the bottom. Because just all the more time to train, to grow. Learn from your mistakes. Don't let your outside circumstances dictate your feelings, dictate your judgment on how well you're doing. If you know you're doing good, just keep going. Doesn't matter what other people think. Because a lot of people don't have discernment. A lot of people might look at you and see, what am I looking at? I don't see no value. That's why I think people wear chains and clothes and all these different things. They have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on their body because they want people to see progress, admiration, respect, love. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm doing something. But that's only bringing yourself down. So they don't have to do it for you. And what if they're like, not enough. It's still, now you're in their hands. Now you're hoping for them to give you that feeling of appreciation, admiration, of respect. But what if they don't give it to you? And now you're going even deeper in your pockets to try and get a feeling that they're in control of. All the while, you could have been ahead of them even without any of that. But when you walk your own path, when you don't really care about what other people think, and you're just doing your own thing, that's what gets them mad. Because I'm not even looking for your, you know what I'm saying? For your recognition. I'm just going forward. Watch the love come then. When you stop caring. When you're just focused. Don't let emotion bother you. Because you're not in control of that. The more emotion, the more power he has. You ever play 2K? You're doing a free throw and the man I'm shaking up the screen? You still make the free throw though. Because you know what you're doing. You know the routine. But looking, it's like, whoa, I'm really going to miss this. Oh my gosh, shaking, shaking, shaking. But I know what I'm doing. You see Kevin Durant, you see Trae Young. Hit a buzzer. Hit a rude shot. Closer. Then they just put up their fingers, silence the crowd, silence them. Because they're just screaming in their ear, cussing them, yelling at them. But you see a lot of players these days, a lot of athletes are getting frustrated. They're getting mad at the stands, getting mad at the people watching the game. They're getting in their emotions, getting in their feelings. That's what they want. That's the whole point of that. That's the whole point of having people watching the game stands, going to other teams, is to get you in your emotions. Is to do that to you. Can't remember his name. I think it was the baseball player, one of the first ever black baseball players, and what he had to go through, being the first black athlete. And the way he did it, the way he got through it, is by not saying anything. He didn't give them nothing to feed off of. They want you to get in your emotions, get in your feelings. Yeah, I can control you now. Don't let them do it. He just didn't say nothing. He just kept playing. And eventually they have to respect you. They have to. Don't get caught up in this home court. Just focus on your path. As Job was getting closer and closer to God, he was getting worse and worse, sicker and sicker, more evil thoughts, more affliction, more death happening all around him. But once he reached the end, and he had whatever he had before, he had it tenfold at the end. But all throughout, he was going down, 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 worse and worse. Don't let the feelings blind you. Don't let your emotions dictate your motion. Just focus. Concentrate on the task at hand. Concentrate. Finish the objective. Sometimes you have to live outside your mind. Autopilot. Just go. Never lose sight of what's important.